It is April 15th, 2024, and it's time to talk about the week that was, and of course the week that will be here in Raid Shadow Legends. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am Madcapper, and this is another video on Raid Shadow Legends. And this is the new kind of weekly jump start that I've been doing, where we're going to look at everything that I kind of was watching over the past week in Raid Shadow Legends. I'm going to give you a cross section of a couple videos I watched in Raid. We're going to talk about what is going on in the game this week and coming forward in the coming weeks, and my perspective on each of the different things, especially with the videos, kind of where I'm at with these videos, why I watch them, why you might want to watch them. So without further ado, let's get started right away. First off, we have, of course, as always, announcements. Week 2 of Wixwell's skill selection voting. Don't forget, if you are partaking, you have until April 18th, 9 p.m. UTC to vote for his second skill. I gotta be honest, I haven't been voting. I don't know why I haven't been voting, but you can vote for me, so just vote and vote whichever one you really want. Also, today, one day only, it's laundry day. That's apparently a thing. Good, I gotta do some laundry, so I'm gonna celebrate. But we also have a 100% gear removal cost. It's going to be it's going to be the end of today until the next 17 hours. So until the reset of when champions reset. I know everyone is a different time zone, but 17 hours, 34 minutes from 11:30 my time. So you're going to be when that clan boss reset is, then that'll turn off. But a nice little opportunity to do a one turn. Now, that's not all that's going on. We also have Hero's Path. For those of you who are doing the fusion, a great opportunity to get yourself a 5-star perfect soul. Unlike previous ones, and I'm not sure how I feel about this, unlike previous ones that gave you a step up, 1, 2, 3, 4, up to 5, this one's just 5 or bust. So you're going to have to go down the middle lane to get that. If you are not doing the fusion, then it's actually a lot easier of an idea for you. You can just aim for whatever you think you want to do. How are you going to do it? Upgrade champion, summon souls for soul stones. Let's take a look what we have here. Oh, it just takes me there. It's not even going to tell me. It doesn't even want to let me know. It's not going to tell me. It's probably for the best, because I'll just be angry. Let's see if it says it here. So here's the level upgrades. Upgrading ranks will get you 10, 35, 110, 225, or 675. And for each level within the rank, you can get 2 to 18 points. And then for summoning souls for soul stones, it is strictly whatever you have. So a 7,500 for the Eternal. Immortal will get you 1,500, Mortal 100. Doesn't matter what you get out of that soul stone. It's just a strict number. Now keep that in mind. 7,500. You look at the numbers here. 7,500 is going to get you some good, easy pickings. But you're going to have to get 50,000 plus 12,500. Plus 7, plus 25, plus 1,000. Let's do the math in our head. 50, 62, 5, 69, 5, 69, 5, 670, 72, 73, 5. 73,500 to get this, which is 10 Immortal Soul Stones, or whatever you're doing with the training. I'm not going to go through all the breakdown, but just so you have an idea of just what that Soul Stone costs. I didn't do the fusion this time. I think she's a great champion. I don't think she's a champion that's going to revolutionize any area of the game for me. She's not a specialist for me. She's not going to be a generalist for me. That probably is not the same for you. So if you're going for a good job, you might want to get this 5-star soul stones. They are very well worth the price of admission. So if you can make this happen with the resources and energy you have, I suggest you do it. I'm not a fan of the point values they keep upping. I'm not a fan of the fact that they're not offering 1 through 5 souls. It's just a 5 or bust. But they didn't ask. And even if they did ask and I told them, they probably wouldn't listen. So that is going on in the hero's path. Of course, we also have a few events left, the artifact enhancement, the dungeon divers for the actual fusion. And if you look up in tournaments here, we have, I believe, a Sand Devil turn attack, which is always nice. Sand Devil, of course, is something very important. I just made a new team, which we'll talk about when we talk about the videos, but a new team in the Sand Devil, which is really helpful. Ice Golem tournament, classic arena takedown, you're probably also going to want to do, and we just finished the dragon tournament there, so plenty of opportunity for you there. As you can see, we have 50 of the 100 fragments because we weren't going for it. We're still getting a lot. Also, hey, let's join this together. This is a bit of a bone of contention. 3, 4, 5. Ooh, that's actually not so bad. As you can see, bit of a bone of contention. I have 53 fragments. I had a ton of chests. I still have 2 more weeks to open, and then a little few extra. Plus, we'll get Aostrid. Actually, I don't think there's anyone else here that I can actually... Yeah, I don't have any other fragments. So that's all my fragments, my extra fragments. So it looks as if mod is going to be another, I don't know, year, 2 years, 5 years. So as expected, and as we all said, it looks like it's a very disappointing journey to get mod because she looks cool. And I had so many extra fragments. Let me know in the comments down below. Did any of you have enough fragments to even get and I guess luck, RNG luck, to even get close? The other thing we have is there's a holy summon pool event, because why wouldn't there be? So you can see the white fusion. That's the summon pool here. These are the crystals that cost way too much money. By the way, do the math, because on the last one, they had an offer pop up that offered you 360 crystals for a specified dollar. That was actually $99.99. As you can see right here, 420 is $99.98. So don't get fooled by that 360 crystal offer. It's cheaper just to, if you're a spender and you're spending, buy them here. Don't buy them from that stupid offer because it was well not worth it. It was ripping you off. And to me, that's just incorrigible. But there are some good champions in this pool, as there always is. I think the highlight here would probably be Falmond Mornsword, who was just on a 15x opportunity to get extra copies of him, or your first copy of him. He looks pretty cool. He's one of these new sacred orders. I'm not going to go through his kit. I'm sure there's plenty out there because he was on the 15x. Let's just say he's pretty cool. He hits really hard. Check out Scratch's channel for more information. He did a pretty good breakdown of him and his damages. Archbishop Pinthroid's kind of a neat champion. Some of you may use him. I love Cupidus. I have a +4. I use him all the time, especially in Hydra. He, when paired with Venus, can counterattack, and that counterattack every time he gets hit. And the Hydras hit a lot, so he counterattacks a lot. My suggestion, put him in that new, I think it's called Bloodthirst gear, which is the Doom Tower gear. That is lifesteal plus crit damage or crit rate, or just put him in lifesteal gear if you have it, so he just continually heals himself up as he goes. If you have blessings, you can even put him so he gets that HP back, right, from that ability that can remove max HP damage. So very self-sustaining damage dealing champion. It's always fun. I always seem to use him in one of my 3 keys for the Hydra. Martyr she used to be probably the best well-rounded champion in the game. For veterans, she's probably not being used a lot. I do use her in a couple of Doom Tower rotations at times. Counter attack slows things down when you have endgame accounts, so it's not always everyone's favorite option. But I will say that absolutely Martyr can be good for any new account. She's still so top tier. I think people forget that. If you pull this as your first champion, even today, if this is your first legendary champion you pull, you've just won the game, because she does have a decreased attack, she does have the counter attack on a 3-turn cooldown, and she does have a decreased defense on her A1. She's everything you need for the clan boss. Now you just have to keep her alive and bring other damage dealers with you with very high-end A1. So some good champions there. A little bit disappointed there's only 4 champions in this pool. I don't think overall it's going to be worth it for most of you. But if you are spenders and you are looking to get either your first or multiple of the Falmond, Or if you're a new player who's like, yeah, it's day 2, I want to spend $1,000 or $50 or $100, why not? Getting one of these 4 champions. None of the 4 are bad. Plus, you've got mainstays for Spider, Mordecai, very top tier champion, also very underrated for the Hydra boss. You have another underrated champion, Romero, although I think he's only okay until you pair him with Juliana. There's some good, I have a video on my account about Romero and Juliana that worked really well. Aothar is kind of a long forgotten, very strong poisoner, though he is attack based, means he's also very fragile in the long grand scheme of things. But hey, you get Aothar and Martyr together, you can probably have a good time. And so on and forth. There's a lot of good ones. I think Hope is pretty underrated. I think Phoenix has been absolutely leapt over. I think he's as he was when I did a video on him many years ago. He's not that as good anymore, but he's still very strong in arena with his A1 that has a block revive on it. Obviously, Archbishop Deacon, you probably used him if you were, I wouldn't say smart, I guess there's a couple options, but he is a free starter champion you can get by using a link code. I think that's still active, but very good option. If you love candles like J-Gigs does, I mean, absolutely, Carlinia, she's got, like, how does she keep them lit? Like, if she's in battle, how does she keep those lit? Like, she's got a big staff here with candles. So what is she doing with, like, is she, like, she looks like she wants to fight someone, but she's got candles on her head and on her, anyway, whatever. J-Gig's second favorite champion, probably. Hope, very good. She was reworked, much underrated. Talia, also very good in the early game, mid game. Most of these champions, their power numbers have been power crept, and they did do some adjusting. Same with Juliana, but overall, I think they're solid champions if you're early enough in the game. You're probably not pulling here if you're early enough in the game, but hey, if you want to spend money, away you go. Now let's talk about this week, last week, and some of the videos that I have watched in the previous week, and let me just get them up here on the there we are. The first one I want to talk to you about is a collaboration between our good friends. I've never actually talked to him. I don't know why I call him a good friend, but I think we would be. I think we'd be good buddies. Big Poppa Drock on his channel with Nub Raids, and the two of them are going over his free-to-play account and getting together to build out a team that can help his free-to-play challenge account kind of dominate, or at least take the next level in the challenge. So let me just show you. This is the one here. Of course, I have it incorrectly framed. That is my apologies, but we are one take in this, so we just do this here. Whoop. Actually, it's not too bad. It's just a little bit extra on the framing here. You don't need all that extra stuff here. So there it is there. Of course, links will all be down below in the description and on the pinned comment. This Nub Raids and, of course, Big Poppa Drock on his account, building out a team that can compete in the Hydra. It was a fun watch. Definitely something to look at. If you're free to play, you too can do something in the Hydra, trust me. So there's a good one, especially with a limited budget, because of course it was an extreme free to play, epics only, and of course legendaries that were not pulled from a shard. So that was an interesting one to watch. Second on my list to talk about, we're going to talk about the free to play. We're going to get all the free to plays because there's a couple of wrap ups. Here is someone that you probably haven't watched and probably should. His name is Finally He Sleeps, with his free-to-play wrap-up, just talking about how he did and where he went with this. Subscribe to this guy. I think he needs to get to 1,000, so I know I don't have the viewers that I used to, but if you could just head over his channel, hit that subscribe button, and help him get from that 714 to the 1,000 mark so that he can hit that beautiful, beautiful monetization world. I think he's earned it, and I think you can do it. It's free. It's free. Do it. And maybe watch the video, which talks about his wrap-up and how he did and how he worked out in the free-to-play. And finally, we should talk about the man, the myth, the legend himself, our good friend Hell Hades, who talked about the fun ride and how the free-to-play went for him, and talked about some of the pitfalls and some of the bumps. And so that video will also be linked below. You can watch it and talk about it. He did something I didn't think was possible, and that was he was able to actually fuse not one but back-to-back 2 fusions on the free-to-play account. With all he needed to give up was his livelihood, his family, probably a portion of his marriage. Probably has a lot of backtracking to do there, maybe some extra gifts. But nonetheless, he did do it. And he talked about the burnout afterwards and how he literally had to take time off. Now, at this time, I'd like to talk to you about my free-to-play. I'm gonna tell you right now, I stopped my... I stopped, okay? What happened was my father passed, and that put me a little bit behind. I was already kind of behind, but I was still keeping up, and I really wanted to do it. I was on... a good friend of mine, Odd One Gaming, by the way, congratulations. Odd One had his baby with Ivy League Gaming. Of course, Lily was born. Lily Caparina was born a couple days ago, so last week as well. Congratulations to you both. But I wanted to make sure that I continued to push, even though I was kind of out of the running, sort of, pretty early on. And I think I kept pretty good on the event for the most part. So what happened? Why did it come off the rails? Why did I stop? So first off, with the passing of my father, there was some time that I just couldn't deal with the game itself. I couldn't deal with that. I was mourning. I was dealing with a lot of other things regarding that. So it just was not a great time. And that kind of put me behind, which is fine. I still kept going because, again, I wanted to not... I didn't want that to affect the overall team rankings. Then when I went on vacation in March... there was a point where I was still kind of doing dailies, and then when I looked at it, there's a point where I said, okay, can we do anything as a group? Am I able to help out as a group? And the answer, frankly, was no. We were at the bottom. There wasn't a chance for us really to do anything, and that's when I decided I needed to stop. I needed to stop it. I stopped at 6,500 points. Honestly, because the majority of points are in milestones, and I think most of those milestones I would have hit, so maybe I would have gotten another 1,000 points, maybe, probably not even that. I think there's a couple areas I still would have competed very strongly in with the team I had, but I wasn't gonna beat Odd One, for example. I wasn't gonna beat anyone, and you can see Odd One kind of trickled to a slow here on the 9,400 points, and he did the same thing. There was a point at which he had to say, hey, I have a kid coming on. And I think he pushed, but that last week, or the last couple of weeks, he didn't quite push as hard. And I decided we weren't going to get here. We weren't going to get further. I wasn't going to get further, and as a team, we weren't going to get further. So I pulled the chute, and I think I did very well in helping through the first kind of month and 2 months, even, I would say. And then, once it was assured that that was as far as it was going to go, I made the decision to stop playing that account. I needed to focus on my main account with the limited time I had. I had a bunch coming off vacation. I had a bunch of trips that I had to go out. Easter with family. I had 2 back-to-back and another one this week. Trips to various parts of my day job. So it just made it very difficult to balance playing my main account and keeping up with the free-to-play account, knowing that the free-to-play account, it was over. What I will say, and if this happens next year, and if I'm invited along, there's some things I'll do differently. The one thing I won't do differently is choose a lure. I think choosing a lure was a great job, but I'm going to give you the things that I believe in a new video. So I don't want to get into the thick of it. I'll probably do a video this week talking about it. I might do it on the road, more like just a vlog. I don't know. Sometimes you guys don't really watch them, but that's okay. For those of you who do watch it, I'll do like a little recap of my free-to-play account and what I would do differently in the next iteration should I be available for it and be invited along. So that's the tracker. Feel free to check it out. I'll bring it up on the screen here just so you guys can see it. Again, this is where we were. You can see the point. I know it's kind of cropped off, but that's fine. So you can see here, Team Odd One, we were at the bottom. And if you go to viewpoints, you can see that, I mean, I did an okay showing, 6,500. But keep in mind that most of those, if not all of those points, were in the first half of the event. And could I have gotten another 1,000? Maybe. That other 1,000 wouldn't have been enough to put us anywhere. I don't even think we would have leapfrogged Jedi's team. But at the same time, I would say that, hey, for a month and a half of pushing, I'm okay with 6,500 points, knowing that maybe I would have gotten 75. And if you look at, like, for example, Jedi 66, right? Team Scratch 37, destroyed him. Hell Hades, he had a mullet reaver at 10,000. Finally, he sleeps, which we talked about. 9,700. Hell Hades 69, so I wasn't too far off of Hell Hades. When you consider how much more Hell Hades did, I think we need to relook at these point structures, because Hell Hades was way more advanced than I, way further than I in all areas of the game. And I think to only have a few points more, that seems like we need to configure the points and how they're awarded. Different. And of course, congratulations to Team YST. We're going to talk about Cold Red in a minute, but 12,767, pretty impressive. This is a guy that, first of all, Plarium, we'll get to it in a second. We're going to look at a video of his. So that's where we are with the free to play. So I wanted to talk about those ones first. Let's talk about this. Now, this is a video. Cold Red, first of all, if you aren't subscribed to him, he's up to 6.65k subscribers. He's not in the content creator program. He's asked about it. Banana. The guy's getting it. He's doing a 1 to 3k per video. He's doing multiple videos a week. He's got 6.65k subscribers. He should be in the in level 2 for the content creator program. He's not in it. What's going on? Why are you guys dropping the ball? This is part of, like, it's community week, and you're not even celebrating one of the new I guess newer people. He's replacing me. I had those views, and then I stopped doing. Now it's his turn. He's taking up the mantle. Get this guy on the program. He deserves to be there. Get him there before he gets up to that 8K tier 3 and gets those views, because he deserves it. And it's kind of shameful that you guys haven't done it in a week that you're celebrating the community and content creators. Here's a content creator that you haven't even admitted or discussed about entering the program. So get that done. Cold Red deserves it. Make sure it happens. I'm gonna send a little a PM to Banana and see what's going on or something. I don't know if I have any pull, but whatever I can do, I will do for this guy, because I love his content and I watch at least a video a week of his. I don't watch a ton of videos, so I think this is well worth it. Okay, on to the next one. Of course, we're gonna talk it's another Hell Hades one. I don't try to do one for each, but the last one was about free to play. This is about the main, and he thinks he's broken the game. This is about a two Gnut double nuts, right? Double nut team. And I like the double nut teams, and you can watch that video, but I'll show you mine. I actually have two nuts. I have two nuts, and whenever you have two nuts in raid, you're ahead of the game. Where do I use? Well, I use two nuts here, and it's a 4-second team. We talked about this one already. This was courtesy. It's a slight variation on odd ones, but it's a 4-turn team for Spider. It's a great and depending on debuffs, if debuffs get resisted, sometimes it's a little bit different. But there you go. See, there's turn 3, and then there's turn 4. Boom, 4-turn team, 14 seconds, easy peasy. And of course, getting nothing I need, which is also easy peasy for me to do. But is that the only place to use them? Of course not. Let's talk about Sand Devil Necropolis. I had a very nice team on here, a very nice team. It had champions, and it had timings, and it used two armigers, and it was great. But it was slower than this one. So we've replaced that team with this one, and let me tell you, didn't change the gear one bit on this team. None of these have I changed for this event. This is the same Siffy I use in Arena. These are the same, obviously the same newts you saw in the other one. The double nut is perfect. Same here. Let's just run it, because it is a much faster team and whenever I like. And it's based on the fact that Siffy can sleep, and then we get the debuffs, and then we get a nice double hit, and then we get a turn meter boost off after the resets, and then here we go, boom, 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 and finish it up, and a beautiful 19-second 10 turn spider team that's going to get me 110 tournament points, because of course we're doubling up, and actually my best time too, or my best turn count, not the best time. I don't know why the 10 seconds from a long time ago, but beautiful 25. That was with the Nogdar, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, stage 25, I can't get any better than that. 10 turns, at least I don't know if it can it get better than that? I don't know. But beautiful Newt team there. Thanks to Siffy being able to sleep, and then turn meter boost, Kymar resetting, and Newt's doing their thing with Riho throwing out all those debuffs, which is a very nice addition for someone I don't have to change her timings at all. I'll show you the champion. I'll show you the things. Hey, Newt can be used everywhere. I also used him in. I'll show you. I also used him in my Hydra team. They're the best duo in the game, and it's not even close. I have one of them, of course, in Affinity Breaker, because I use him in my 25 Phantom Shogun. I only use one in that team because I don't want two Affinity Breaker champions. I don't have the gear for it. I do have one that's just in some gear. It's not savage gear. It's not lethal. It's just a mix match of numbers to get whatever I need. And the other champions we use here are Riho here. She's even missing her banner, because who needs it? Who needs a banner as long as she's fast enough? Actually, that's probably not the right one. That's why. I'm lying to you. I'm sorry. I forgot I have 2 Rihos, and that's not the one. There's the right one. Okay, that makes more sense. I was like, wait a minute, the speeds are wrong. Okay, there's the Riho that we're using for this. Running again. She's at 307 speed. She doesn't need to be that fast. She just needs to be faster than the Newts, right? And same with the Siffy. She's currently sitting at 44. Again, I have her in a 4-piece stone skin. I haven't changed her at all. This is the same gear, everything there. You can take a look. You can do the math yourself. I'm not going to click to everything. These videos go too long as it is. And then we have Kymar. Well, Kymar is whatever. You know what Kymar does. He doesn't. His stats don't matter. He just has to be the slowest of the team. So, Kymar reset. Keep in mind, you cannot use, at least for that quick of a team, you can't use Renegade, because you need the full reset. And I don't think you can use Yumiko, because she only does a 2-turn reset. And if I recall, Newt needs a 4-turn. Am I right there, or am I just making stuff up? He needs a 4-turn. So I don't believe you can use that specific thing with Yumiko. You need the full reset to be able to get that going. So there is some Gnoots. Very good video by Hell Hades, which actually was the one that prompted me to do my Sand team, because when he did his Sand Devils, he was just slightly off, and then I did it on stream on the weekend. Odd One said, hey, make sure you boost with Siffy on that second run, because she can't sleep back to back, and that'll get you the turn meter you need, which of course it did. And there you go, beautiful 19-second 25, which is so much better than the 2.5-minute team I had before. And what other one can we have? Let's see. We have I might have closed it. Let's crush this week. This one is Cold Red. We talked about Cold Red. This last one has nothing to do with Raid Shadow Legends, but I'm going to put it in there because it's absolutely hilarious. Over the weekend, of course, Rob McElhaney, it was his birthday, and of course, his business partner and friend now, Ryan Reynolds, did a hilarious ad basically saying happy birthday, and my God, it is... I'm not going to ruin it. You have to see it to believe it, so check that link out. It's a quick video. It's a minute 35, but it's worth every minute and 35 you can possibly put into it. So there are the videos for the week. That's what we got for you. And I think you'll have a good week enjoying it. Like, honestly, this is such a nice week. If you're grinding out the Aostrid, I hope you're on track. I hope you get her. If you're looking to buy shards or pull shards, good luck. If you're not, then good luck saving. We're saving ours. As you can see, we're up to 5, 2, 85, 184. Those are going to be opened up June 22nd or close thereof with me and my fiance. We're both going to open up our accounts and have a lot of fun there. So looking forward to that fun. I'm right now we're very low spend, but we're not against spending. So if the right thing comes out, that is there, it's just a can't miss event and shard openings, I will open shards, but I will not touch these shards. So there has to be a good value pack. So likely you're going to see no openings because my FOMO gauge has been crazy this year, and it's time to stop. I'm not going to miss out. There's nothing. So we're good. We're hopefully going to, not hopefully, we're going to have lots of shards and have a good time on my birthday and, of course, my fiance's birthday together. So that's what's going on there. And finally, let's just take a look just to make sure I didn't miss anything in the content creator notification for happening this year. Let's see. There's a whole lot. There's an announcement in about 1 hour. Of course, that was an hour ago. So let's take a look here. What do we have? The embargo for tomorrow, 2 p.m. EC. Good. So tomorrow, April 16th, an extra legendary event for Ancient Shards. This is a good one. I wish we'd... Of course, I have to read that now. So it's a 1+1. You pull one, you get a second one. These are really good value if you have the shards. Here it is. Oh my god, it popped up. Oh no, this is the baby mix pack. Never mind. Did they do the other pack? Is it there yet? Remember the one I was telling you was a ripoff? Let's see if it's here. Because it angers me. So I want to see if they put it out. They didn't. Okay. Maybe they learned. Maybe they listened. Maybe not. Okay, so extra. So it's a 1+1 on Ancient Shards. If you have enough shards to go to Pity and you don't have a lot of legendaries, this is the best opportunity you have. You get 2 legendaries. It's better than a 1%. It's better than the 2x. Why is it better than the 2x? Because if you pull the max 220 shards, you're gonna get 2. So that is an average of 110 shards per pull. With a 2x, while averages maybe you have a greater chance of pulling the shard before then, the reality is you can still go to 220 before you get one. So on a 2x, you can go to 220 and only get 1. This one, as soon as you pull one, whether it's your first shard or your 220th shard, you're going to get 2 legendaries. It's better. The downfall of it, and so if you're end game and if you have lots of different champions and you're not worried about getting dupes, that sort of thing, then I would say don't pull for this. You're gonna look, you want a guaranteed event, not an extra legendary. You want one where you know the legendary you're gonna get. If you get others along the way, great, but you want one of those that's, you know, pull 150 shards and you get Mishinaki or you get whoever, because then you can target exactly who you want, or save up for the 15x when you have at least have a better chance at a specific champion that you're going for. So those are my thoughts and theories on this. Let me know in the comments down below. Do you plan on opening tomorrow? It'd be interesting to go. That's all I have for you. Please like and subscribe. Show your support. Show your support for the other creators. And most importantly, have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful week. And we'll see you in the next video.